25 years ago today, the episode Vendetta aired for Batman the Animated Series, October 5th, 1992. Hello friends, I'm Andy Canode, and before we dig into this episode, as we are entering our second month of doing these Batman the Animated Series reviews, I just wanted to take a moment and thank you so very much for watching. For those of you that have already subscribed to the channel and come back frequently and leave comments and we talk throughout these episodes, thank you so much. I'm enjoying just reliving these and hearing everybody else's opinions about these episodes. If you're new here, please jump right in. Subscribe to this channel. We've got lots and lots of episodes that are coming up, and I don't want you to miss any. And while you're at it, just hit that little bell notification, and then that way you're notified every time that we have a new episode that comes out.
Just keep your eyes open. Something could still happen.
So today we're talking about Vendetta. This is the first appearance of Killer Croc.
They used to call Killer Croc the meanest dude in the Wrestling Federation.
Now in the comics, Killer Croc's a pretty dark character. He's one of those villains that's just really brute force.
What can I tell you? Being a reptile man ain't pretty. But it's got its upside. Like having the strength of a crocodile, for instance.
So I think it was a bold move to bring him to the animated series, but the story that they encapsulate him in this episode, I think is a great addition to the character.
No! Not you! It can't be! Stay back!
Now, before we get too far into this episode, per the suggestion of one of the regular viewers of this channel, the Random Bats, I am going to bump the Joker bomb up to 45 seconds. Now, truth be told, I'll probably still not be able to complete the bomb, but I appreciate the suggestion, the Random Bats, just so that I can give myself a little bit more of a leadway. So I'm going to try to give the 45-second rundown of this episode, and we'll see how this works out. The Gotham PD is transferring a criminal, Spider Conway, across the river so that he can testify against Rupert Thorne in exchange for lessening his sentence. Now, he is terrified of some unknown force and hoping that they don't get to him. A bomb goes off on the ship, and Harvey Bullock is framed for trying to silence this witness. Batman is on the side of thinking that it's Harvey Bullock that did this, and he starts digging up more and more clues. He finds a scale and determines that it's Killer Croc. When he goes to find out that Killer Croc has other witnesses than trying to frame Harvey Bullock, he goes after Killer Croc, has a fight, and defeats him and is able to clear Harvey's name, who has been arrested for this crime that he didn't do. I tell you, 15 more. I appreciate it, but it didn't help.
Remind me never to think of you as a good luck charm.
Now, we've had a couple of really lighthearted and kind of soft episodes, but this episode, right out of the gate, starts off the classic Batman the Animated Series that we all know and love. It is dark, it is night, it's raining, and there's this unknown mystery in the air of what's going on. Why are they transferring this guy? Why is everybody watching this? Why is everybody there? What's happening? And then a bomb goes off. When we have openings like that for the show, I'm immediately engaged. It's that mystery. It's that element of surprise, not knowing what's going to happen. And the other thing that this features really well is Batman as a detective. As we saw in the last episode, yes, it was fun to see Sherman as a junior detective, but this is Batman doing what he does best, and that is solving this mystery.
Joey the Snail, brought in last night on a 605. Right, let me see him.
So I love that mystery element. In fact, it's raining most of the way through this episode, which again is very detective noir kind of feeling. So those elements of the episode are really strong. The other thing that stands out, and I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but Killer Croc in some of the later episodes is painted as just kind of a dumb brute, just kind of a big tough guy that's not too bright. But this one, he shows a decent amount of smart, going as far as placing evidence to frame Harvey Bullock rather than just going out there and smashing him with a rock, as Killer Croc says later.
I'm not sure yet what to think.
One of the things that I think could have been done a little bit differently in this episode is they could have left the audience more in the dark. We actually see a glimpse of Killer Croc putting the bomb on the boat right up at the beginning. We kind of know already up front that it's not Harvey Bullock. So we're watching Batman talk to Commissioner Gordon and kind of letting him know what he's discovered and why he thinks that Harvey Bullock is to blame for this.
For once, my friend, I hope your instincts are wrong.
We already know that it's not him. Maybe we don't know who Killer Croc is yet, but we know it's not Harvey Bullock.
Taking me off the case? What kind of shuck and jive is this, Jim?
Whereas some of the episodes, they, like POV, for example, where we only know as much as the characters know. And there's, in any type of storytelling, you always want the audience to be kind of neck and neck with the characters of the story as far as how much they know of what's going on versus how much the characters know in the story. You don't want the audience to know too much, and you don't want you obviously don't want the characters of the movie to know too much more than the audience, or the audience is lost.
Wait! Stop! I'll tell you anything you want.
But other than that, this episode's a really solid episode. I love the mystery. I love seeing Batman as a detective, and we have a great battle that happens between Killer Croc and Batman early on, where sort of Killer Croc kind of gets the better of Batman, and then Batman has to regroup and then come back. And again, it isn't just head-to-head combat. It is Batman has to use a little bit of strategy and technique to be able to defeat Killer Croc, who is presumably stronger than Batman. So Batman has to use that flash bomb, that bright light to kind of combat Killer Croc, and brings down his infrared, or not infrared, that would be the opposite of what he would want. His sunglasses, I guess, his red sunglasses, Cyclops sunglasses, whatever those are.
Now then, you were saying?
The other thing too is there's a moment in this episode that makes me appreciate Google, because when Batman gets the idea from Alfred of crocodiles, when Alfred mentions the Croc.
Croc. Alfred, you're beautiful.
Bruce Wayne goes to the Gotham Zoo to learn about crocodiles and learn about their habitation. It's an entire scene of Batman going to the zoo just to get this little piece of information. Granted, it goes by really quickly.
Crocodiles make their lairs in underwater caves.
Of course.
So when it comes time to rank this episode, as our list grows longer and longer, it's getting more and more detailed of where to slip these episodes into the list. And this one got stuck into the number 8 slot. I was actually kind of surprised myself that this fell into the top 10 so far. Now, it's at 8, so I'm sure that it will slip below 10 before too long. But I was honestly surprised, because this was another episode that I don't remember particularly being my favorite when I was younger. But it's a solid episode. I love the film noir. I love the detective. I love the mystery elements of this story. And it's got some great action. So it really deserves to be in the number 8 slot. And to be honest with you, the only reason why I didn't put it above Pretty Poison is because I really enjoy the extra layer that's put in Pretty Poison of the Harvey Dent Bruce Wayne relationship. So that's really about the only reason that it didn't surpass Pretty Poison. But for right now, it is in the number 8 slot of my favorite episodes of Batman the Animated Series so far.
And now it's payback time.
So let me know, do you agree that Killer Croc kind of got a little bit dumber as the series progressed, and it was not quite as smart and cunning and clever as he is in this episode in his first introduction?
Terrific. Just what I need now. The freak job in the cake.
Now, I'll be back tomorrow, October 6th, with Prophecy of Doom. If you enjoyed this episode, please click that like button. And as always, I'm Andy Canode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.